Aya Riyadh Wilson was born on August 8, 1996, in Columbia, South Carolina, into a family where basketball was more than just a sport. It was a shared love and a foundation. Her father, Roscoe Wilson, had played professionally overseas, and from him she inherited not just height and athleticism, but also a quiet resilience that would later define her career. Growing up, she was surrounded by the energy of the game, yet her early years were not solely about basketball. She was raised in a Christian household, taught to value hard work, kindness, and humility. Her parents encouraged her to pursue excellence in whatever she did, both on and off the court. In school, Aya was a bright student, but basketball quickly became her way of expressing herself. She began playing competitively at a young age, and it was clear to anyone watching that she possessed extraordinary natural talent. What set her apart, however, was not just her physical gifts, her height, her wingspan, or her power. It was the way she understood the game. Even as a young girl, she saw plays developing before they happened, moved with purpose, and carried herself with a quiet confidence. She attended Heathwood Hall Episcopal School, a private school where she dominated on the court, shattering records and capturing attention from colleges across the country. By the time she was a high school senior, she was ranked the #1 player in the nation. Her performances made headlines, and her name became synonymous with excellence in girls basketball. Choosing where to play college basketball was a pivotal decision. Many of the nation's top programs wanted her, but she chose to stay close to home and play for the University of South Carolina under head coach Dawn Staley, herself a basketball legend. That choice turned out to be one of the most defining moments of her career. Aya arrived at South Carolina with the weight of expectations on her shoulders. People called her a generational talent, and she did not disappoint. From her freshman year, she made an immediate impact, combining power and grace in a way few players could. Her scoring ability, shot-blocking presence, and leadership made her the heart of the team. As she grew, so did the Gamecocks program. In 2017, during her junior year, she led South Carolina to its first-ever NCAA Women's Basketball Championship. That victory was not just a personal triumph, but a moment of transformation for women's college basketball in the South. She was named the most outstanding player of the Final Four and became a household name in the sport. Off the court, Aya was known for her warmth, her laughter, and the way she carried herself with authenticity. She was not afraid to show who she was, and that resonated deeply with fans. Her senior year was a continuation of her dominance. She won the Wooden Award, the Naismith Award, and was a consensus National Player of the Year. She graduated as one of the most decorated players in college basketball history. When the 2018 WNBA draft came around, there was little doubt about who would be the #1 overall pick. The Las Vegas Aces, a young franchise at the time, selected her with the top pick, making her the cornerstone of their team's future. Transitioning to the WNBA can be challenging even for the most talented players, but Aya made it look effortless. In her rookie season, she averaged over 20 points per game and was named the 2018 WNBA Rookie of the Year. Her impact was immediate. She brought energy, excitement, and leadership to a franchise still finding its identity. She became the face of the Aces and quickly one of the most recognizable figures in the league. Her combination of skill and charisma made her a fan favorite, and her rivalry and friendship with other top players elevated the level of competition in the WNBA. The following years were marked by both triumph and challenges. In 2020, during the pandemic-shortened WNBA season played in the Wubble in Bradenton, Florida, she delivered one of the best performances of her career. She led the league in scoring and guided the Aces to the WNBA Finals, earning the 2020 WNBA MVP award. That season solidified her as one of the best players in the world, but it also showed her resilience and leadership in a time of global uncertainty. She spoke openly about mental health, the importance of representation, and social justice. In 2022, she won her second MVP award and led the Las Vegas Aces to their first WNBA championship in franchise history. Her performance was a mix of dominance, poise, and leadership. She scored in clutch moments, defended with intensity, and lifted her team to the top of the league. For Aya, it wasn't just about winning. It was about building something lasting. That year, she was also named the WNBA Defensive Player of the Year, showing her complete game. She became one of the league's most respected voices and a role model for young athletes around the world. Her story was not just one of easy success. Aya has spoken openly about living with dyslexia, something she was diagnosed with as a child. In school, she often felt different, but with the support of her family, she learned how to adapt and thrive. Instead of hiding her struggle, she used it to inspire others. She even co-authored a book, Dear Black Girls, a heartfelt message to young Black women about embracing their identity, their strength, and their voice. This willingness to be vulnerable made her more than an athlete. It made her a symbol of empowerment. In addition to her WNBA accomplishments, Aya has also represented the United States on the international stage. She won Olympic gold at the Tokyo 2020 Games and has been a dominant force in FIBA competitions. Wearing the USA jersey was something she dreamed of as a child, and when she stepped onto that stage, she did so with pride, carrying the legacy of those who came before her. Beyond the stats, records, and championships, Aya Wilson's story is one of heart. She has often credited her family, especially her parents, for grounding her. Her mother, Eva, was always her biggest supporter, and her father's quiet strength guided her through difficult moments. Her relationship with her coach Dawn Staley is also one of mutual respect and love. Staley became not just a coach, but a mentor and role model, helping Aya grow as a player and a person. She has also become a powerful voice for women's sports, speaking about pay equity, visibility, and respect for female athletes. Her influence stretches far beyond the court. She has partnerships with major brands, a strong social media presence, and a reputation for being unapologetically herself. She uses her platform to speak up, not just to entertain. That courage to speak and to stand tall in her truth has made her one of the most admired figures in modern basketball. In 2023, she helped lead the Aces to back-to-back championships, a feat rarely achieved in the WNBA, and she did it with historic performances. Her presence in the paint was unmatched, her leadership unwavering. She became a two-time champion, two-time MVP, two-time Defensive Player of the Year, Olympic gold medalist, and one of the greatest players of her generation, all before the age of 30. Her legacy is still being written. She stands today as one of the faces of the WNBA, a beacon of excellence, resilience, and joy. She's someone who carries the game forward while honoring its past. When she steps on the court, there's a sense of history in motion, not just because of how many points she scores or blocks she records, but because of the way she represents everything that makes sports beautiful. Her journey from a young girl in Colombia to a global basketball icon is a testament to what happens when talent meets heart, when hard work meets vision, and when a person decides to rise, not just for themselves, but for those watching them. Aya Wilson continues to inspire millions, and her story is far from over.